Jalen starts off this hour in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Jalen. What's up?
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help?
Yes, sir. So I just actually learned about the baby steps and all that you've done starting in January. But in December, I made the stupid, maybe smart decision. I ordered a Tesla Model Y, and learning that it's $60,000 and that will put me in debt, I turned around and was like, okay, that maybe not be the best idea. But then I came up with the idea doing research that I could generate it into passive income by renting on Turo and allowing others to, do it as a rental property essentially for the vehicle and make that income back and paying off the debt with that. However, I'd still be risking having that debt because if things happen and I'm not able to rent the car out and things like that, I could still be withheld on paying almost a $900 monthly car note. So I just wanted to know if that's a good idea. I'm 23. I'm single. I don't have any other debt except for my current car, which is my Kia Soul. But it's currently in positive equity, and I'm just continuing paying that off, learning from the baby steps. So just really want some advice with this.
All right. There's a lot going on here, Jalen, but I'm glad you found us. Is it interesting, Dave? They always find you right after they do a dumb thing, and then a month later they go, I found Dave. It's amazing. But let me answer your question. So you've got debt on the Kia Soul, and you're going, I've got a business-making opportunity by getting a sweet toy and letting someone else destroy it while I slowly, painfully pay back the debt on 2 cars now.
That's a different way than he said it, George.
You're right. That's the way I heard it. I'll say that, Jalen. So, no, do not get this Tesla. You need to pay off this Kia Soul. And if you do ever get a Tesla, I want you to do it with cash. How much money do you make?
So I just got a promotion actually in January as well. So I'm currently going to be at $60,000 plus incentives.
You said $60,000?
Yes.
So you're going to own a $60,000 car making $60,000 a year.
When you put it that way, it sounds even worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he did that.
That's why I did it.
It
was a trick question.
He's completely messing with
Jalen,
you, but he's doing it because
he
he loves you.
I love you, and I want you to win financially, and the Turo Tesla deal is not going to be the business model you think it is.
So, Jalen, here's the thing. Really good question, and I really appreciate you calling, sir. A good way to make some of these decisions is to pan way back and say, okay, when I'm 35, 12 years from now, which will be the best decision? And it kind of instantly leads you to not doing the Tesla thing and getting the car paid off and starting to build some wealth, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
the Tesla only sounds good when you think about taking delivery on it. It doesn't sound good when you're 35. You have a 12-year-old battery at that point with some wheels.
Right. Yeah. And with my current car now, since I can get more than what it's worth paying off the loan, should I
What is the balance
sell the
on?
car that I have?
What's the balance
So
on?
I owe $14,000. Carvana's offering me $17,000.
No, just pay it off. Just work yourself. You got a job. Just work your way out of it. And then if you want to trade cars, do it with cash later. But let's just you have a small car debt, making $50,000, $60,000, and let's turn around and get it paid off as quick as we can. Because again, so the other thing I always ask myself is what, and I went broke when I was 28, lost everything because I was stupid. So one of the things I started doing at that point is I started talking to old rich people. I didn't want to talk to young rich people. I had been him. He was stupid. I wanted to talk to old people who had money, made it, and kept it. Okay? And then I've continued that for the last 30 years, that discussion with old rich people, to the point we did a detailed, in-depth research of the largest research study ever done on millionaires in North America. And the number of millionaires out of the 10,000 millionaires that we studied, the number of them that said they became a millionaire because they went in debt to buy their car so they could rent it out was precisely 0. None of them used your plan that you presented to us a while ago. And so, and because it's just fraught with disaster. There's so many things that can go wrong in that plan that you laid out there. And if you've ever had a rental property or ever put a property out as an Airbnb, you would know not to put your car out in that system because people just don't take care of it. People are gross, as a matter of fact. They're just gross. They're filthy animals. And so you really find that out about them when they live in stuff or will drive stuff that you own. And it's just, you're going to discover that with your $60,000 car with your $60,000 income. So please don't do it. I think you're not going to. I think we talked you out of it. But just for the other people listening that are thinking of the same way, I wanted to make sure we drive the stake deeply into the ground on that. So, yeah, pan back, ask yourself, what would old rich people do? Because that's what you want to be. Rich. When you're old.
And Dave, when it comes to spending decisions, I like to think of it through a framework where I go, okay, let me have some self-awareness. Is this going to add value to my life? Is it born out of my values? And I move on to motivation. And this is where it gets really tough, especially for young people. What's my motive? Do I have a good motive in buying this thing? Am I trying to flex on my friends? Do I want a shiny, cool toy so I feel successful? And then I go into affordability, and I go, can I afford this in cash? And if America answered that correctly, no one would be in debt, would they? And then you go into research mode and go, is this the best price, retailer option that I can get? And then you go into timing and you go, all right, is this the right time to buy this? What's the opportunity cost? Could I wait a year? Could I wait 3 years? And when you do that, it actually spells smart, which is really cute. But what it does, it helps you just take a pause and think through a framework to go, is this the right decision for where I'm at financially? And if you answer no to any of those, here's what it means. Not now. We're not saying we never want you to have nice stuff. I want you to drive a Model Y Tesla one day, Jalen. But I want you to do it when you get your income up. You can pay cash for this thing. It's a small portion of your life and your world, and you're not doing it to flex on other people. And you've done it because you're already out of debt and you're investing. That changes the game.
You know, there's so many people. We're a car culture. And cars, until the last 18 months, go down in value. And they will again as soon as this little supply-demand curve thing quits. They will depreciate again. And so it's the largest thing we buy that goes down in value. And once you've gotten past transportation to take your family somewhere or to take yourself to work, once you've gotten past that, the car is no longer a need. Everything above basic transportation is a want. And sadly, in my life, when I was young, before I was 30 years old, we didn't call it flexing, but it's just trying to impress other people, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to make somebody think I bought a Jaguar so that people would think I was successful.
Yeah.
Based on the car you drive? That's your measure of, but that's what people do. And I was that shallow. Yeah. I was that dumb. Jalen's not that dumb.
No.